Hey guys, how's it going? Guys, I'm gonna draw up a preamplifier diagram using the IC 4558. This scheme is the same as the one in the video you see on the cover, but some people wanted to see it and they asked for this scheme to be made. So here's a preamplifier with an IC 4558 with volume and frequency controls. So let's start. The first step is to connect pin 1 to pin 2. On pin 2, you are going to connect a polyester capacitor, which I will represent this way. This capacitor is 100 nanofarads. The image is on the screen. Now connected to pin 3. Then you need to use a 22,000 ohm resistor. Now connect pin 3 to pin 5 using a 100 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, not the same as the previous one. Connect pin 7 using a 100,000 ohm resistor to pin 6. This is where you're going to connect the $10 microfarad electrolytic capacitor. This is the audio input. You need to take this audio input to a potentiometer. This potentiometer can be 10 kiloohms and it goes to the middle pin, so a 10 kiloohm potentiometer. Here we have P2, which will be the audio input. Connect the negative end of P2 to pin 1. The positive then goes to pin 3, so negative to positive. This is your volume control. This other 10 kiloohm potentiometer is for controlling the frequency. So what do you need to do? Connect the middle pin to pin 7. The lead from the first pin goes here to pin 3. So guys, now I'm going to connect the preamplifier to the amplifier board. Here you can see the RL. I'll get the URL and connect it to pin 1. The GND I'm going to connect to this point here. Between the 100 microfarad capacitor and pin 5. This is our grounding point. Now you need to power the preamplifier. The IC 4558 will use a symmetric power source, so you need this power source for it. If you're going to use an amplifier that also has symmetric power supply, it's easier. You can just use the same power supply, but if yours is a simple power supply, you need to use a symmetric one. So the positive power supply, the positive 12 volts goes to pin 8. This is plus 12 volts. The negative 12 volts goes to this pin. I did this huge diagram here, but you can see that I differentiated the colors, right? The grounding of the symmetric power supply goes to this point here, which is our grounding point. So here's the diagram for the preamplifier using the IC. This potentiometer controls the frequency. In fact, it controls the bass. And this one is for the volume. Here on the amplifier board, you have an output for the speaker, and you also feed power to it. If the power supply isn't symmetric too, you need to power it separately. So that's the scheme for those of you who wanted it. Well, that's it guys. Take care and see you next time. Thanks.